Hi everyone. Do you want to live longer and reduce your risk of heart disease and cancer? I want to convince you to stop eating meat and how a plant based diet is beneficial not only to your overall health but also the environment. Based on my research, a vegan diet is associated with many health benefits due to it being low in saturated fat and cholesterol, but high in dietary fiber. In a 2009 publication, Craig reported that vegans tend to be thinner and have a lower blood pressure, which reduces their risk of heart disease. I will first tell you about the health benefits of a plant-based diet. Second, I will tell you how a plant-based diet is the most compassionate diet. And lastly, I will tell you how you can transition to a plant-based diet. So first, let me tell you about the health benefits of a plant-based diet. People assume that if you adopt a plant-based diet or stop eating meat, that you will lack nutrition or that you won't get enough protein. But it's a common misconception that humans were naturally carnivores. In a 1995 publication, Bernard reported that humans actually ate a diet similar to the great apes, which consisted mostly of fruits, vegetables, and seeds. Research also suggests that meat eating probably began with scavenging, and that was eating the leftover meat that the carnivores left behind. But our bodies still have not adapted to that type of diet. People who eat meat tend to be at a higher risk for heart disease, cancer, and other diseases. Vegans typically consume more fruits, veggies, and vitamin C than meat eaters. These nutrients help to fight against cancer, and the risk is much lower. It is also a complete myth that we need a massive amount of protein. Friedman, in a 2005 publication, stated that too much protein is actually harmful to our kidneys. It damages our tissues and other cells. And while protein is needed for our diet, we only need about 18 to 20 grams a day, and you can easily get that from eating a plant-based diet. Next, I will tell you how a vegan diet is the most loving and compassionate diet. Every year, hundreds of millions of animals are killed for their meat. The conditions on the farms are usually very overpopulated and unsanitary. Traditionally, when we think of farms, you think of a nice, happy place where the animals get to graze, have access to sunlight. But in the modern day, that is typically not the case. Farms have become a place where animals are mass-produced and kept in very unsanitary conditions. Avoiding meat and dairy could really have an effect on reducing your carbon footprint. Researchers at the University of Oxford found that cutting out your meat could reduce your footprint by about 73%. It actually has a bigger impact than if you were to switch to an electric car or limit the amount of airline flights that you took. So that's something to think about. So finally, I will tell you some of the simple ways to transition to a vegan diet or a plant-based diet. I know when you hear about that, many people get overwhelmed or think that they could never give up meat, but I'm here to tell you it's a lot more simpler than it seems. Today more than ever, there are so many options. Basically, every grocery store has an aisle with meat-free alternatives, dairy-free alternatives. You can always start in the produce aisle where there's an abundance of fresh fruits and vegetables for you to choose from. You want to shop the grain aisles, the rice aisles, the seeds. This is where you will get most of your protein from. And there's always the internet and cookbooks where you can look up simple plant-based recipes. So it's a lot easier than you think. So now we know the health benefits of a plant-based diet, the positive effects that it has on the environment. In summary, I hope that my speech encouraged you to make better food choices and think before you eat meat. I have shown you why you should give up meat and the positive effects on the environment and how easy it is to transition. A plant-based diet is good for everyone. Let's all do our part and live a life of compassion. Thank you.